Hello everyone, I'm here at Masan driving track at a driving center in Masan. Today we will go through the process of getting a driver's license, especially exchange of driver's license. Your national driver's license, if you have that one, you exchange it to the Korean English driver's license. This is a track in Masan. Here you will go through different cars, especially with the automatic car. You will get to test with that, and even for the gear, you can take it. But there are different special tests like the towing car, the heavy machineries, buses, trucks, and different other things. But today I'll be getting the ordinary Class 2 driver's license, especially for the exchange. So here, I will not like to take the driving test because there's a big language barrier. The gap is too much that they'll be instructing me in Korean, and then I will not able to follow along with the instructor, and that may lead to my failure in the driving test. Then I have to take an appointment again, and I have to go. I have to pass the driving test in the track, and then I have to drive, take another on-road drive. So those two might be tricky for me. So it's better for me to stay on the safe side. I'll just get my driver's license, exchange it, and we will be discussing all the process how we will get this driver's license without, you know, involving driving if you have your driver's license. So follow along with me, and then we will see how it is viable to get our driver's license here. Uh, Today I'll be, helping you to follow the steps how to get uh, the Korean driver's license, especially exchanging the foreign driver's license to get the Korean driver's license. You can get the Korean English driver's license with that, with this. So I'll be using the Indian driver's license as a reference because I'm an Indian. So for people those are Indian, those who are coming to Korea and try to live here for a longer period of time, and they want to drive. यदि आपको गाड़ी चलाना चाहता है इन कोरिया में, तो ये आपके लिए बहुत सही रहेगा. आप वीडियो को देखिए. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम इंग्लिश में ही बात करेंगे. So I'll be using most of the time in English, and in time I'll be using some Hindi in between. So let's start. So to get the Korean driver's license, there are two ways. The first one, let's go through the first one and check the regular one. They normally call the regular one. If you want to get the regular one, there are few steps, not few, a very, lengthy step that you have to follow. So first, license acquisition process, traffic safety education before examination, health check, applying for written exam, take written exam, apply for driving course, take driving course test, practice license issue, apply for on-road driving examination, take on-road driving exam, and then driver's license. So this is a lengthy process, and if you fail, you have to redo again. You have to get an appointment again, especially for uh, for the on-road driving examination as well as the course test. And then if you have your driver's license in your home country, then I think it's easier for us to exchange. That is more convenient, unless you are thinking to get a special driving license like towing license or heavy machinery, forklift and thing, then that's a different whole story. I will not able to cover that one here, but I'll be trying to cover only which you can drive LMV in Korea, in India, like regular driver's license. Basically, when you exchange the driver's license, you will receive only class 2 regular ordinary driver's license here. So for me, I don't want to follow all the steps. And then I think this will be just a difficult thing because when the instructor, especially for the course driving or the on-road driving test, they'll be speaking mostly in Korean. And if I don't comply with them, because I might not understand many times, I might fail. So I have to retake the test again. So I think it's not a good idea for me. So I it's better for me and convenient for me to exchange the driver's license to the Korean driver's license, or uh, what is that? They call it surrendering the driver's license. But let's go through and see. But the second step is more convenient, but you have to check. There are two things that they call it: the acknowledged country and unacknowledged country. I hold an Indian driver's license. So Indian driver's license is not acknowledged. So it comes under the unacknowledged country. So I have to get all this. I had this one. I have this original passport. I have this alien card registration. Photo, I have this. But this, especially this one, embassy certificate of driver's license of apostille. But in Indian, what is it? Embassy, they issue a driver's license certificate, not an apostille. But for other country, they will issue an apostille. So depends on the country. You can check. And then a certificate of the fact concern, concerning entry and exit from the birth in year to the present. This is basically you can get it from the public office. Go inside there, go to the public office, and then ask them your entry and exit, uh, certificate. They will give you. They will charge you about 2001. I paid 2001 to collect the certificate. This is from the time when you come to Korea and then you exit. Come, basically I came in Korea in the year 2010. From 2010, I have been in and out of Korea, but this time I'm going to stay longer. I came in the month of February. Now is July, end of July. So I'll be living here. I'll be residing here for uh, some more years. So I really need my driver's license. So because I need to commute, and I have to move around. So it's very difficult for me without my driver's license. So yes, and then there are fees written here. You can go through and check. This one is simple. But before this process of taking the written test is all. You have to take the written test. Apply for written exam. Take the written test. So to get this written test, you have to go and just Google it out, and then this one will pop up: Korean driving test book PDF English 2020. This one works. When you click here, you will get these questionnaires. There are thousands, 1,000 questions out here, and then uh, some of them are only single choice out of 4 options, and some of them you have to choose 2 right answers or from the options, and then some of them will have 5 options where you have to choose 2 appropriate answer, and some of the questions will concern on what is that with the photos. They will provide a photo like this, and then you have to go through, and then they will tell you to choose 2 right answers. So here, for example, 711 questions, you have 1 and 4, and then some and few of them will be the symbols, the sign, all this. So they will show you all these things. You have to go through this one, and what is it? You have 1,000 questions. So it's better you go through all the questions, because if you don't go through these questions, you will not able to make it through the written examination. I will guarantee that. And then for me, it takes roughly about what is it, 1.5 hours to cover 100 questions. So by the time I think it took me about a week to prepare the whole question. So I will advise you, you can just if you are thinking to apply for a driver's license, download this one. If you want to exchange the driver's license, or you want to get the regular driver's license, go through all the regular process with driving and on-road tests and thing, you still have to download this one and start studying this one. And then if you fail this, you will not able to make it to the driving the course test. So make sure you go through this one. Download it and start reading it if you are thinking to apply for the driver's license, and most of the questions will come from here. So I have to go and visit the Indian Embassy. The Indian Embassy is in Seoul, and The address is down there. So before you go there, go through, Google it, Indian Embassy, and you'll find here, click here. Once you click here, you will go to the homepage, the portal of the Indian Embassy, Korea. And here you have to go through this consular and visa services, and you will find the consular information. The consular information, click here. Once you click here, you will see all these details: emergency certificates, police clearance certificates, but we don't need, we need this one. This is the one that we are looking for, driving license certificate. So here, documents that you require: original passport with a photocopy, the first, second, and the last page, alien card, copy front and back, original Indian driver's license, copy front and back, and then miscellaneous form. Download this one, and then what is that? Download this one. This is the form, and then you need to fill this one and then carry along with you. I have downloaded this one before anyway, so it comes here. This is the application form. Download and print it out, and then fill it up with your information details, and then carry along with all the documents. So once you have all these documents, you can go and visit the Indian Embassy. And then once you reach there, it just takes 10 minutes, not long, if the crowd is less. When I visited, there were nobody, so it was only me, so it just took 5-10 minutes within that. But the fee is 33,000 in here, but they charged me 35,500. It's not cash. You have to pay through online transaction. So if you don't have an online transaction or a banking system, when you don't have online services, then try to find out a way how you can transfer online beforehand. This is very important for you. Okay, so after this, this place, here is the Indian Embassy, and then there's something on the right opposite that I don't know what is that. It looks very Indian. The Taj Mahal? No, not the Taj Mahal. The Indian Gate. So here we are, the Indian Embassy. Here is the office, the embassy at around 9:30 there, and they asked me to wait here. I don't know whether they moved the office or it's a cultural center. Okay, so I'll be waiting here for some time until they call me. I need to open. I had to transfer an amount of 35,500 on this account, Hana Bank, and then take a screenshot and send it to the email address. And then they confirm it, and then they issue my driver's certificate. Yeah. This is it. Done. It's just 10 minute work. So not much of a work, but it just finished in just matter of 10 minutes. That's all. Okay, here. I zoomed down some of the studies for the driver's license, and I have to study for a week before I get the exam, and it's worth it. It's not really difficult. At the same time, it can be tricky because I drive in India, and then Indian driving, we really don't have to go through the aptitude tests or the written tests. We just apply for it, get a student license, learn how to drive, and go for the driving test. And they will do some signal kind of sign test and thing, but it's not really tough. But in Korea, you really have to go through this aptitude test, especially there are 40 questions that are going to pop up in the test, and then you have to choose. Some of them are only single choice. You have to choose one answer out of 4 choice, and then some of them will be, you have to choose 2 right answers from the questions. Normally they will give you 5 answers, and then you have to select two of the right answers there. And the third one is video. Video, you will have at least a couple of questions or just a single question, that which vehicle is right, what the vehicle, you have to observe the, what is it, the video, and then let know which answer is right. And then the other one is a picture. They will show you a picture, and then the question will be there, and then you have to choose the right answer for the driver behaviors, or what will be the risk involved if this happen, if this is the situation. And then you have to choose most of the time 2 answers from those multiple choice. And tricky. Here are, you know, about here a total of 1,000 questions that I have downloaded from the website. And here you will get about, let's see, here it's, what is it, you see this? This is roughly the 1,000 question. If you click here, okay, that's the question, and then you can practice from here. So here, these are the sign questions. You will get few questions from here. You make sure you study from here, and then a picture like this one. These are the pictures, and then they will ask you the situation. What will happen if this is the situation out of this? And yes, and then for me, in 1 week time, all those 1,000 questions I have you know, written it down in this manner for me to understand, and then trying to get something which is confusing for me, or which I think it will be important for me, and then I've noted most of them down, and then I kept it for my revision. And then yes, it's time consuming, because this 1,000 questions, for 100 questions, it took me about 1.5 hours to check the questions, to go through the questions, because I normally try to guess the answer. It's not that I just see through the answers and go through and read it, but for example, like if I go through this this question, okay, I will not see the answers myself, but I will just read the question, look at the picture, and I try to guess the answer. So it takes more time for me, but that helps for you to remember easier. So yeah, this is how I studied the questions, and then try to, for me it's easier for me to write it down, and the moment I write it down, it gives me a better memory for me to remember for a longer period of time. So it's good. Yes, these are the thing, and then I will show you the I will go through how I received my how I go through my exam, and then what I have to go through to get my driver's license. Okay, here's the DMV. Okay, we're gonna go in and check. Okay, we can check here. This is the Masan Driving Test Center, like the DMV or the RTO in India. So for me, I have to come here because I live in Miriam. I can apply anywhere, but I think this is the nearest one for me. And here is the building that everything happens there. The drivers. Really hot, humid here. Yeah, look at this. This place is quite outskirt. You don't have much things to do around. But for lunch, there are restaurants around nearby. The place that I just walked in was a restaurant, and it's okay. So lunch. kind of hot. This is the office. I'm going. I'm going. Huh?
He didn't pick up the phone.
Who's guy? Okay, there's the place everything happened. The place. Okay, we got to the second location and let's check whether it's right or wrong. Oh, here you are. Where is the place? I think video is not allowed. This is the location where I'm applying my driver's license. I've submitted my document. And I have to fill up all these docs. They gave me 4 documents and I have to fill out 4 of them. And attach my, what is it? Photos. This is the aptitude test center. There you take inside that room. Okay, I'm done with my written exam. It was just about 35 minutes. And then right after that I submitted my documents and then look, I got my license, the Korean driver's license. It's, what is it? It's class 2, but it's good enough for me to drive around. So done. It doesn't take too long once you go through all the process. This is in Masan, and because I got the, what is it, driver's certificate from the embassy, I don't need to do the